Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we'll be taking a look at Joytoy Warhammer 40k, the Iron Hands Intercessor Sergeant Bantus. This is a 1/18 scale action figure recommended for adult collectors at least 15 years and older. For you package collectors, here is the packaging. You will have a saran wrap around your box. Mine has been removed, obviously, because the light glares on it. But here you go, front of the box, all that great stuff we just talked about here on the front. Here's the back of the box, product images, and a statement there. Top of the box, bottom of the box. Here's the side of the box, and the other side of the box. And there he is inside the clamshell, all nicely packaged. It looks pretty cool. Alright, here he is outside the package. To be honest, I wasn't totally sure if I was going to be picking any of these up. I kind of had a worry about the articulation issue with the iron hands that they're going to be using for these figures. But as I dove more into the research, and now that I have one in my possession, it looks pretty amazing. I love the black power armor. It looks fantastic. And that skull and wings on his chest, that is something special in paint. And then with them using the white touches here and there with the white accessories, look fantastic. So overall, the aesthetics I do like very much. It's going to be the overall playability and articulation is going to be, something I'm going to look at here in this review. So with that being said, let's take a look at the overall figure. The helmet looks pretty awesome. We have the black helmet with the white across the top and that silver metal iron skull. The black really makes the silver / gunmetal really pop on this figure. There's a couple of little things on here that I didn't know until I actually had the figure in my hand, which is this yellow tube here on the side of his helmet. Looks fantastic. And then one of his eyes is an optic eye. Can you see the side of that round optic there? That's pretty cool. Then we have the silver tubes and cylinder here on the side. But if you look at this other eye, it's just a red eye. But to compare it with the other one, it's an optic round eye, which I thought was pretty awesome. A nice little touch like that is definitely never noticed that in the product images. Then we have the tube and cylinder on the side. The head does rotate 360. You have some little silver on the back. Loving that white stripe. Very fluent. We have the front and back, side to side. Pretty decent. That's how that looks. At least with the black, it kind of hides the little extra space they have here in that collar piece. That really surprised me. I also didn't know was besides that helmet looks fantastic with that optic eye, was the pauldrons. I do like this studded pauldron. Now, this is like a sculpted piece. These are 3D pieces, not like a stick or anything. You can actually feel the studs on these. That's very, very cool. That's a nice pauldron. And over here we have the Iron Hands insignia with the chain across the bottom done in gunmetal, with a little talisman there, with the gold kind of like skull in the back with the iron skull, ring in the back of the iron skull. Pretty nice. And let's take a second look at this skull and wings on his chest. I mean, the paint, that looks very, very nice. I mean, the light really captures that paint job. Looks fantastic. I really, really like that on that black. Those arms aren't like a soft ratcheting. It does rotate 360. The pauldrons do move side to side, a little bit up and down. Still that strap piece in the middle. Arm's not going to raise a whole lot. Now for this arm, on the articulation, you do lose the double jointed elbow. And that's what I was mainly concerned about. You do get the bicep rotation there, but you only get a 90-degree bend. There's no double jointed elbow. It's a single joint for the arms, which is unfortunate. You do have the wrist. There's a rotation here before we get to the wrist. Right there, a piece. And then, actually, you know what? there is no articulation in the wrist. All you do, you get that swivel right there. So you're kind of like pigeonholed to whatever hold he has there. I think you haven't. Yeah, you can take. Oh no, wait. You just swivel at the wrist. You probably can take that out. Maybe some alternate hands. But it doesn't really move a whole lot. Kind of maybe little wiggles here and there. But you can see there's a joint there because the hand sits down inside this collar, is no back and forth at all. So that's, you know, it is what it is, I guess, for the overall aesthetics. Now this hand has the double jointed elbows. So you can see here and here, a little red dot there. That's pretty cool. And then the iron hand, which you can move, you know, back and forth. Not as much as a range as we're used to seeing with the other Ultramarines. Feel like I'm losing range on my articulation. I'm not a 360 rotation there, but a little in and out, not much up and down. But so you definitely lost a little bit of range there with this design. The chest kind of pops back. You do get that little gappage issue there if we go too far forward and back, and a little side to side. The waist has a 360 rotation around. The figure is a really, really nice figure. I do like the figure though. So the waist area, we do have this very unique piece here I haven't seen before in any of the Ultramarines. That's pretty cool. If anybody knows what this is, comment in the comments, let us know. Then this is removable. It's just pegged on his belt, as well as this little brown pouch. And this 3-pack here, cylinder, small and large pouches, those are removable. Then we have the empty gun case there. This is pretty cool. Some kind of meter. I'm not sure what that is. Get that up and out the way. Kind of can spread his legs a little bit. A lot that way. Pretty nice. Thigh rotation 360, double jointed knees. Looks cool. Feet pivot down, I think. Yeah, up and down. Kind of gets a little stuck there. About to heat him up a little bit. Side to side rotation there. If you want all the standard articulations there for the overall figure. And then on his knee pads he has this symbol and this arrow on that one. Looks pretty cool. And then little silver dots on the back. So what's really cool about this figure is like a lot of little touches that makes the black look great, because he breaks up. He has a little bit of white here, a little silver there, so it's not just a plain black power armor figure. And a little bit of white, it makes him look pretty menacing in my opinion. I love the helmet. So my thoughts for this guy so far is I like the aesthetics. They look good. Loss of articulation and range is my cons. Nothing's perfect, I guess, but I'm satisfied with him. I think he looks great. I was hoping he can hold his weapons without loss of articulation and range, so let's take a look at that and see. Since these are the iron hands, and we're talking about the hands, let's take a quick look at his alternate hands here. You have the opening hand. These are really cool. I love the color. Over a trigger finger hand for that one. So if you don't like what you currently have, you can swap out some of these alternate hands. A fist and a gripping hand. This is definitely unique, the way that the knuckles are bent. Okay, so let's take a look at his weapons. It does have his chainsaw sword. Now I do like, I think it's our first white one with the gunmetal, a dirty white with the red handle and gold skull there. Looks pretty cool. This one's kind of shorter than the normal ones we usually see with the Ultramarines throughout. So maybe it's just a short version. So we have a trigger hand here. And they're flexible, but they feel thinner. The fingers, not the figures, feel thinner. So I'd be careful with too much overstretching that plastic. But you can see here that he fits the weapon relatively nicely. A little bit of a tilt forward. You're not going to get that laying on his pauldron because of the lack of that extra joint in his elbow, but you get that up and down a little bit on there. A little more than I expected, to be honest with you, right here. but overall, not too bad. Alright, so here we have his pistol. You can swap out the empty case with this one, the purity cell on it. And here's his pistol. It's actually very small. With the white and gunmetal. Looks cool. Drill barrel. And it's actually the same size for once for this case. So it looks like it would work perfectly. But then obviously that case is, you know, a little tad bit bigger with no purity cell on it. So you lose the illusion, which is, you know, something I've noticed has been happening with a lot of the figure offerings. It's the same. They do the same thing over and over, it seems like. And he holds his pistol relatively nicely. Looks good. I would love to see some blast effects in these guys. But I want to drive with the prices because they're expensive as it is. So we can live without the blast effects or use something from a different toy line. Pretty cool. Holds that real nice. And here's our bolter, and it is awesome. A very first white one, I believe. I love this silver they're using on these. Fantastic. The scope. A little bit of paint there would have been nice. Some red maybe. Oh, some red down the front. Drill through the front, drill barrel, drill through the side. Drum. Rail system. Sight. Scope. Nice paint. So if we take out the pistol, let's see if we can get a decent posability out of the hands and bring it across his chest. Can we get a two-handed appearance on this? I mean, for the most part, I guess. So, yeah, it's not bad. I actually was worried about that, and he looks pretty good for the most part. I'm not a big fan of white, but that looks good on him. And the last thing we have for accessories is his power pack, a black one with silver studs, and gunmetal fins. These do rotate 360. Got the heaters up most of the time. Mine's kind of stiff. The back has some paint also. Looks cool. And then you just pop on the back of the figure. Oh man, that's perfect. There he is, looking fantastic. Alright. Let me know what you guys think. I was relatively surprised. My worries were the articulation of the arms and those iron hands, how this turned out. And I must say, I'm satisfied with it. There's a loss of range and articulation, but it's kind of minimal for overall appearance and posability. Playability, probably a little more, but I like it. I probably will continue to pick up the remaining members in the near future. So keep an eye out for that, for those reviews. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.